Hi, I'm mothereris, and have you been wondering what this special tool does? Well, if you go down here to where it says like the 100% or whatever, you click that, you see there's different special pins, quote unquote. There's liquify, lasso fill, lasso eraser, copy pen, copy pen, copy pen, the different thingies. Well, and you're like, lasso fill, what does this do? And you're like, wow, that's so cool, whoa. But you're not sure how you can use it in your art? Well, I have news for you. I can help. So, first off, this is like gonna be over one certain thing because I got asked to make this video over eye shapes because one of my friends was having trouble using the lasso for eye shapes because they saw that I like to use the lasso tool for making eyes. So this is going to be basically a tutorial on that. So to start, so you want a general eye shape. Now this is just a tutorial on how to use the lasso tool for eye shapes, but if you want a tutorial on how to draw eyes, then please put in the comments below. Okay, so first we're going to start off with we're going to start with like eyelashes, how to make the eyelashes. So let's see, I'm going to just draw a random, I'm just going to draw a random eye shape real quick. There, random eye shape. So you go to your thing, the special, and you click lasso fill, and you can mess with the opacity however much you want or whatever. So for eyelashes, now I'm an eyelash lover. I absolutely adore drawing eyelashes. So every time I have a character, they always have like big eyelashes that you could literally fly away with, you know. So first, after I've done my own study on how eyes look like realistically, eyelashes are on the top and the bottom lid of your your top eyelid and then your bottom eyelid. So for realistically, you might want to use like an actual like a type of brush. But if you want to go like anime kind of style eyelashes, this is what I do. So I always put a front lash right here. It can be whatever size you want. It could be big like this, or it can be small. It can be thick like that, or it's literally whatever you want it to be, because it is your style. Everyone has a different style. So first, after I've drawn the outline of the eye, I start doing with different lashes. Now, realistically, the lashes closest to the corner of your eyes are smaller, and then they get bigger as you go over the eye, and then get smaller again when you get to the other corner of your eye. So it always helps to think about that. So it always depends on how just how you like to draw eyes. Now, anyway, so you can do an eyelash like here. That's what I do sometimes, but sometimes I do an eyelash here and then an eyelash here, which I do that as well. But for this, we will do here. Hold on. Let me fix this. To make it a little more realistic, I'm going to make it go like that. Yeah, that's better. So we're going to start with an eyelash here. Sort of small, sort of okay. And then we're going to go to the next one. Now, your eyelashes can be spaced out as far as you want. You can have an eyelash here, an eyelash here, eyelash here. It doesn't matter where you want your eyelashes to be. It can be literally anywhere you want them to be. So, so for me, I like to have eyelashes close together. And as you go on with the eyelashes, you're gonna want to slowly just make them like not curve as much, like once you get to the center. So like, hold on. So as you get to the center of the eye, you're gonna want to just like kind of like that, kind of like a triangle, just like that. Now these are thicker eyelashes. You can always do small ones. It's just up to you on how you like your style. And then once you're done at the center of the eye, the next one will go like this. Here, like this. And then it will get smaller and smaller, and however many lashes you want, however small you want it to be. And then just do the same on the bottom. So small right here, gets a little bigger, and then just like that. Now that is if you want to do more kind of like realistic eyelashes, but what I usually do, so I'm gonna undo all of that. What I usually do for my lashes is first I have the eye drawn out like this. I use the lasso tool for drawing eyes because it is just super convenient for me. It is very easy for me to use the lasso tool. I am a lazy artist, I will say. Gosh darn it. I am a very lazy artist. So I do the minimum to make it look good. So there we go. That's as good as I'm gonna get it for now. Okay, so that's like a general eye shape with thick lines because that's my style. That's how I draw. And then now you can use whatever color for your eyelid and eyelashes. I just use black most of the time. I just use black most of the time because it's like the easiest color to use. And then once I get, like, this is how my style is. Once I get to the corner here, I like to get like bigger. You see how it went from small to bigger here? That's how I like to draw lashes sometimes. So that's like that. And then don't forget, whenever you draw like eyelashes on the bottom, don't go up, curve them downwards because that's how they curve naturally. Now if it's like right here, you can do that, but then once you get down to right here, then you go do that. So that is how I draw those eyelashes. Now I'm not necessarily sure on doing more realistic eyelashes. I like thick eyelashes like this, very cartoony, very anime-esque. Now that's just one type of eye. That is just one. Now as you can see, I made a pupil, an iris and a pupil, and you're like, whoa, you did that so effortlessly. Yeah, I know. I'm so great. Anyway, like I said, I use the lasso tool for doing the eyes, but depending on what mood I'm in, I also use the lasso tool for line art. If you want me to show you how I do that, put it in the comments below and I can make a video on that. But like I said, this is for drawing eyes. Now so basically to draw the iris, you do whatever size you want. It could be this, or it could be this small iris. It's whatever size you want. Normally I do big irises because, well, I don't really have a reason. Okay, so you can do this, and then you go backwards with your finger or stylus, whatever you're using to draw. So you don't, so like I said, you go in a circle, and then you go backwards to make that line, like that. And then, but of course, there are styles where you have a white pupil like this, like when you have a white pupil like this, but normally I have a black one, as you can see, and this is how my eyes normally look. Now there's another style of eyes I do like to do, let me draw, which is, I gotta get the right angle. It is basically this style. like typical anime-esque. I do this style as well, but like I said, I added eyelashes to almost every single one of my drawings, even the men. So, with this, now I'm not going like over every single kind of eye shape, because eyes are whatever you want them to be. They can be small, they can be big, wide, whatever. Now for this, I do an eyelash right here, and then this is the typical thick waterline that I do for one of my OCs named JC. She has eyelashes, yes, but she doesn't have big, like really thick ones. So I just add very minimal eyelashes, just like just a couple at the bottom like this, and then a couple at the top, and then I draw the iris. Her iris is normally small, so I do that. And then I do the... Okay, so... Bev, you're making me laugh. Stop! Okay, so shut up, Penny. Okay, so now that we have that done, like as you can see, it's just it's super simple lines. Heck, you don't even have to add eyelashes if you do not want to. But as you can see, you can do as many eyelashes as you want, or you can do as little eyelashes as you want. Now, I'm going to be going over one more eye shape, which is, I think, one that most people would want to use. It is the style of eye shape similar to the My Hero Academia style, like Uraraka's eye shape. So we're gonna go ahead and go with that and start that. So for Uraraka's sort of eye shape, it's very oval-esque, kind of like Deku's as well. So all you have to do is do like a partial crest, kind of like a crescent kind of thing, crescent shape, and so you can make it thicker if you want, or smaller. It doesn't really matter. It's literally anything that you want. Now I like as you already know from the drawings I just did, I like doing very thick eyelashes and very thick waterline. So it's up to you how thick you want it to be. So like I said, a thin crescent or a thick crescent moon shape like this, and then just like a line right here, just like kind of like a slightly curved line right here. Here, I'm gonna go lower. Just a slightly curved line. Gosh darn it. Right there. And if you want, you can add like a couple eyelashes down here. You can touch the waterline, or it doesn't have to. Really up to you. Hold on 1 second. Of course, you can always move stuff around. So you got that. That's like the general eye shape. Oh, I'm gonna fix it. Right there. And like I said, eyelashes. I love adding eyelashes to all of the characters I draw. Whether it's a man or a woman, I love drawing eyelashes. Now, as you can see, I'm doing very thick eyelashes for this one because it matches more with the type of waterline it is. See, like for this, I did really big eyelashes for a thin waterline, and then for this, I did really small eyelashes for a thick waterline, or sort of thick kind of eye shape. But for this, it's very curved, it's very cartoony, so I add very thick and pointy eyelashes to give it that like perfect mixture of both. I'm not sure if that's a good explanation for it, but yeah. And then for the eyes for the My Hero Academia characters, they have huge irises, very big irises. They always, unless it's a character that has like this sort of the thinner eye shape, like Bakugo, but like for this type of eye shape, they usually have very big irises like that. And then, of course, you have your pupil. Now, the pupil can be black, or it can be white like this. It's literally whatever you want. So now that we have our eyes, let's add a layer and put it below the line art. Now, I'm going to show how I color my eyes. So, I'm going to turn this on. So first, I always start with going to the like regular lasso tool and going all around where my line art is, and making it to where the white of the eye is. Now you can do the iris, or you don't have to. Because man, now I go back to the lasso fill tool, and then I fill it all in with white. Then once I do that, I go to the brush, and then I go to airbrush. Now and then I make it kind of big depending on the size of the eye. And then I go change the color to a dark, or like a light gray first. And I lower the opacity. And then I start shading it in. I like using the airbrush tool for this because it helps give that like gradient look. Now, realistically, you wouldn't really do this for like real eyes, but I like adding this. And then, okay, what I'm doing now is I'm going back and adding a darker gray closer to where the water line is. It adds a sort of depth to the eyeball, a realistic like kind of thing. Now I'm gonna kind of blend that together. See, look at that. And then if you want, you can draw in veins. I don't draw in veins, but you can do that if you want. Next, the iris. So I reset the regular lasso tool, and then I go to the iris and I go around where the outline is. And then I add what I need to in case I miss something. And then I go to the lasso fill tool, and I'm just gonna go with a random color. So let's go with sorry if you hear a noise. Husband is moving around. So I'm gonna go with a random color. Let's go with this pink color. So we have this pink color, right? Now this is just like the base for the eye color. This is just the base for it. So then I pick a darker version of that color and fill in the top with it. Then I take an even lighter version of the color where it's white or just a slightly lighter, and I fill in the bottom of it. Then I take the blur tool, or you can use a smudge, whatever you're comfortable with, and then I blur it. I blur it around. I make it to where it blends nicely like that, kind of like an ombre kind of effect. And then what I do, sometimes I do add, I go back to that darker color and I kind of do this. It helps add a little more depth, and then I go back and blur it again. As long as there's white at the bottom, because it helps show like lighter color in the eye. I don't know why I do that. I really like it though. It is purely up to you though, if you want to do that, of course. And then just to add a little something, sometimes I do go and add an even darker color up here, blur it. Again, to add more depth. And then a little special, if you want to go extra, if you want to have an eye highlight, you just go where the line art is on the top layer, go to the lasso fill tool, go all the way, make it white, and then you can do whatever kind of highlight you want. You can do that, or you can just do it like a tiny sliver. You can do big old circles for it. You can do tiny circles. You can do heart shape. You can do whatever eye highlight you want. Now, usually I just do a basic circle and then like a tiny circle down here. That's what I usually do when it comes to eye highlights. Usually I make the thing smaller, so that's what I usually do for eye highlights. Now this one is basically the same as that, but this one's different because it is My Hero Academia style. Now it depends on what you're going for. If you're going for like Kohei Horikoshi's, if you're going for his like actual art style, like when coloring like just a single picture, then it's like different. But I'm gonna do based on like the actual anime. Alright, so to start, obviously we're gonna do the same as that one. You start with just some white. Now, for that one, this one I use the lasso tool, but since I'm not going to be using the airbrush tool for this because I'm doing the anime style, not the like rendering art thing, so this is just going to be what you may see in the anime. So I have the white, making the shape of the eye, and next I'm just going to do like a slight, like a light gray color. Now, I don't know if this is in the anime, but this is what I like to do. I like to kind of make like a shadow, like that. Kind of like just giving depth to it without actually rendering it too much. And then if you want, you can add another one right here. But that's up to you. So, for the iris, it's different for every character. It can be whatever you want it to be, of course. For this, I'm gonna do, let's see. We'll do blue. So I'm gonna fill in the eye. Oh, I messed up. I'm gonna fill in the eye like this. There you go. And then for this, I will do the white pupil. And let's add a dark blue to the top. And basically, that's it. You don't have to do anything more unless you really want to. But basically, that's how you do that kind of style. Now, of course, if you want to render it more, you are more than welcome to. I mean, it's your art. It's whatever you want to do with your art. But yeah, this was the tutorial on how I draw eyes. If you want me to show other ways on how I use the lasso tool, put it in the comments below. I will do a video on that. For now, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial.